After you've already spent money and time and everyone's
You can
like,
be
"We're gonna
100,
do
200
this."
grand into these bigger projects. And the bigger ones, you can be $500,000 into them. So it's very painful to get down the road. And then you watch the city staff blatant and outright support wane, dwindle, and then lastly disappear. I can't tell you how many times someone has tried to saddle one of my developments with something that is outside their legal ability to do so. And that's why the use by right thing is crucial to us. So there's two use by rights in Utah, for example. There's the actual zone, and then conditional use permits where they're available are now use by rights. And it's gone to the state Supreme Court.
That's statewide.
Statewide. A conditional use, they have to grant a conditional use. Now, the question becomes, do they condition it to death, which some of them are inclined to do, and there's even that has been legislated as well, that they have to be reasonable in standard conditions. So if they start to get difficult, then we bring in the big guns. I had that happen on a big project in Clearfield where they wanted to make some changes. It was a conditional use permit, and they started making change after change after change, and my attorney did the rest of the presentations. And he's the best in the business, and they backed down. And we got it through, and it went great.
Because they do. There's a lot of times where they get really ugly. I've been yelled at before in meeting. You're like, I'm not trying to fight you. I just I can do this.
Yeah. Well, we had a situation. We're doing 100-plex in Ogden right now. And 25 years ago, a property down the street about 75 yards and across the street decided they had a drainage problem. There's no city drainage facility there. So they piped without city approval. They ran a pipe under the road into the field that we bought for our project. And they drained there for 25 years. Well, we take the project in with our full civil set, and the city says, you're going to handle that water. You are responsible for that water. And I said, no, we're not. I said, yes, we are. And I said, if you have a deed restriction that says I'm responsible for that, or a prior owner written consent that wasn't disclosed to me in my purchase, I'll consider that. Otherwise, we're not touching it. That's your problem. And they said, we will not take any submissions from you on this project until you agree to do that. And I said, that's outside the law, and you know it is, and we're not going to do that. So my attorneys will be in touch. My attorney had literally a 15-minute phone call with them, and they backed down from that. And we didn't have to do that. But they try to do that often, where they saddle you with things that you're not legally responsible for. And it's crucial that you know the law.